Hi, I bet you guys weren't expecting to see my face on this video. I can't find Taylor Martin this morning. I'm assuming he's off doing Taylor things like smoking meats or doing wheelies in a big field in his Ford Raptor. Maybe he's following topo lines to a big pot of smoked meats. I don't know. So you guys are stuck with me. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Ricky. I'm the videographer and creative director here at Damn EDC. And I wanted to turn on the camera because I got something special in the mail the other day that I wanted to share with you guys, and that is this. The McNees Dixon. It's his newest production folder that came out just a couple days ago, and it's quite interesting. But before we dive into what makes this knife a really cool offering from McNees, we gotta talk about how I got here. For me, the first knife that I ever owned from McNees was a PM Mac 3.5, and to me, this is USA-made excellence. It is a perfect EDC folder. It's smooth as hell, it's built like a tank, it's very comfortable. It's the kind of knife that I think can do your meaningless tasks like opening boxes and all of that stuff, but it can also be put to work, which is why I think it's so damn perfect. Now, McNees has launched his second production folder, and that is the Dixon. The Dixon, I feel like, shares a lot of the DNA that the PM Mac 3.5 does, but it is just like the meaner, bigger brother. This thing has been hitting the gym and it is super beefed up, but it still has a lot of the great qualities that I think come from McNees and a USA-made knife. So before we dive into the specs of this thing, we should probably talk a little bit about Jonathan McNees. So Jonathan started making knives in 2008 with a self-built grinder and an extension cord running from that grinder into his house. What a baller. He made a grinder to make knives. That should say it all right there. He's a former Marine, a lifelong outdoorsman, and an Alabama native. Now, McNees Knives has grown into a tight-knit family operation, still running out of Alabama and bringing us some of the best USA mid-tech folders, in my humble opinion, and that's what brings us to the Dixon. All right, so now let's dive into some specs. So the Dixon comes in at an overall length of 8.37 inches with a blade length of 3.75 inches. For the blade steel, we're looking at MagnaCut with a hollow ground done in-house by McNees. The handle material is all titanium, and for the locking mechanism, we are looking at a frame lock. Also, for those HRC guys out there, the hardness of this blade is 63 to 64. So now, what are my thoughts on the Dixon? For starters, this thing is an absolute tank. Compared to a Strider SMF, which is a knife that I really enjoy carrying, it is just a hair shorter than that, which goes to show that this is just a whole lot of knife, which I think is great for somebody that's looking for something that can be hard used, but is more ergonomic to carry, if that makes sense. The PM Mac 3.5 is very ergonomic for me. I'd like to think that I have kind of medium hands, and on something like that, I still have a little bit of handle coming out from the side there, but my hand fits perfectly on this handle. If you're looking at my hand on the Dixon, I still have quite a bit of knife at the end there, quite a bit of handle at the end, which means it's cool, like it's comfortable, like I definitely feel like I can do some crazy shit with this knife. But for me, as someone who cuts boxes and, you know, uses their knife as like a glorified steak knife, essentially, it might be just a little too much. What I do really enjoy about this knife too is the action. Man, I mean, the blade stock on this knife is really thick, so of course it's gonna be very smooth on the way down, but everything about it, fidget-wise, is just awesome. You can do the thumb flick, you can do the middle finger flick, and the drop on it. Just so damn good, which makes a lot of us EDC guys really happy. I mean, how many of you guys do this at home? Just while your wife is on a call, while you're out doing something, it's just a whole lot of fun. Now, for as big of a knife as this is, I'm actually surprised by how thin it is. Compared to the Mac 3.5, in my opinion, it somehow looks a little thinner, but I think the scales on the Mac 3.5 are a little bit more contoured than the ones on the Dixon. The ones on the Dixon feel more like slabs, but they do have some internal milling, which makes them really nice and lightweight. And for me, I think that's what's so fascinating about a knife this big. The SMF, for example, feels like a hefty knife. This, for as big of a knife as it is actually pretty lightweight, which I think is great for everyday carry. If you're looking for something that's built like a tank, but very easy to carry, this might be your option. The one thing that I don't understand about the Dixon, and this is more aesthetics more than anything, which some of you may care about, some of you may not care about, is the pocket clip. The pocket clip on this knife is so thin, and I'm very curious as to why. The pocket clip on the Mac 3.5 to me feels like aesthetically it makes sense, but this one just feels very thin. No problem with it on my end. I'm not a destroyer of pocket clips like Taylor Martin is. There's just something to me aesthetically that doesn't line up there. But regardless, it doesn't really affect the ergonomics of this knife. It's still very comfortable if you're going that full finger grip. If you want to put your thumb up here, if you want to do one of these things, you can do so as well. The fact that you have so much real estate on this knife makes it very easy to use in whatever kind of grip you're in the mood to use it for. So this is the base model of the Dixon, and it comes in at $675. To me, I think that's right on par with the pricing that McNees usually has. All of his knives are made extremely well. I've never had any QC issues with a McNees in the past, and I've handled quite a few. So if you're in the market for a really big tank of a knife to handle some hard use stuff, in my opinion, I think that's fair pricing. I know the market right now is kind of weird, so to some that might be very expensive, to some that might make sense. That's on you guys to decide. All right, Taylor, you have bigger paws than I do. By quite a bit. So what do you think? What are your unfiltered thoughts?
Just to clarify, this is actually what I walked in. This was in my pocket this morning. So the PM Mac 2. I always come back to this knife. I really, really like the PM Mac 2. And I actually started carrying this again before Ricky got the Dixon.
Yep.
Just a constant. I love this knife. I think it's great. McNees makes a wonderful knife. And I heard Ricky's comments. I've only had this in my hands for like a couple minutes, so I can't give like very in-depth thoughts on it, but it is ridiculously smooth. It is really, really smooth. The one thing I don't like is actually this grind line. So for example, on this, it's straight across the blade. On this, it tapers. So the bevel here, the saber grind, gets narrower towards the tip. And there's just something about that. Like I wish it would just kind of hook around and stay the same width all the way down the blade. That's a minor thing, but like once I saw that, I couldn't unsee it. I don't hate it. It's just not my favorite. I totally disagree with Ricky about the clip. I think it's thin in terms of how thick the actual clip is, but it's a milled clip instead of just a bent clip, like a typical McNees clip. You can see what I did to my PM Mac 2. I put a Lynch Northwest clip on it, a big, thick milled clip, because I don't like the OEM clip on the Mac 2. This is an improvement on that. It's not as good as that Lynch clip, but it is an improvement. The only other thing that I noticed, like as far as how much this fills my hand, like I've got less left over when I grip it than Ricky. The only thing is it feels big. This feels right. This feels kind of big, but I don't hate it. Every so often I like a big knife, right? I carry an XM18, PM2. This is kind of in that range, but for some reason it just feels, I think it's because it's big and wide.
Right.
It's big in two directions, but I don't hate it. It's comfortable, it's nice. I love just gray on gray, and I like what McNees is doing. Everything they do is really cool, and Jonathan's a cool guy. So that's my thoughts. I like this. I think it's up there. It's spendy, but it's badass. Like, it's really bad. Oh, and these really, really fine mill lines are a nice little touch. All of these, well, not all of them, but a lot of them are just slabs. Mm-hmm. This has just a nice little mill texture to it. Yeah.
All right, give it back to me now.
Oh, it's mine now. Fits my hand.
So that is it. Those are my thoughts on the Dixon. If you guys enjoyed this kind of video, let me know down in the comments. Let me know if you enjoyed the way that I made them. If you have any feedback for me, anything that can make this video better, please let us know down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you want to pick up a Dixon, currently they are out of stock. I know that that's like a trend on this channel, and I'm so sorry. McNees just did a drop recently, so they're sold out now, but I can only assume that he will have some at Blade Show. If you guys are going, we will be there, and I can only assume further that there will be more in stock soon. So we will be leaving a link to McNees' website down below. Thank you, Jonathan, for sending this along, and we will catch you guys in the next video.